teeth are like swords. My claws spears. My wings a hurricane.
Hello and welcome to another episode of a Blastercaded Painting. Today is a big one, literally a big miniature. It's not a miniature anymore, it's a statue. And it's going to go on my mantle at this point. Today we are painting Smaug, or as they say in the movie, a bunch Smaug, but yeah, Smaug. The dragon from The Hobbit that killed all the dwarves and ate them and stole their treasure. And then the dwarves got together and sent in one hobbit to steal stuff piece by piece. This miniature presented challenges in the fact that I had to change my entire film rigging. I'm looking at it, it's too low. There wasn't enough space, and I had to change everything around just to fit this into the screen. So, yeah, he's also intimidating in the fact that it's a very big, detailed, expensive miniature. And it was donated to the channel by Blaster Boy Mike, one of our subscribers and members of our Patreon. So we want to thank Mike. Thanks so much. And yeah, I was nervous to paint this, but we're gonna paint it and make it look good to the best of my ability, and we're gonna do that now. I am going to warn you, I'm going to use the airbrush. So if you're not interested in seeing airbrushing, then I'm sorry. I just don't know any other way to paint this and make it still look good. I feel like with a brush it's not gonna look to the best I can do it. So without further ado, here is Smaug. And we gave Smaug a prime of gray all over. Look at how big he is. Like, there's no other place to really grab him either. Like that, just grab him by the back legs there. He's massive. We're gonna take some burnt red, and this is gonna go into our airbrush. And we're pretty much going to put this everywhere except for the belly and the very ends of the wings. So you'll see when we actually kind of finish it up here. But this burnt red is essentially our base. And we will have to go back to the burnt red if we make a mistake or overspray too much or something like that. We will go back and, grab some more burnt red and fix things up. But this has got to go everywhere, which means you got to pick them up and turn them, and yeah, he's a crazy miniature. Now, one thing to note that I didn't do on this miniature yet, I didn't add the long spikes or claws that attach to the ends of his wings and a couple of the spikes on his tail. I knew I was going to have to handle him and turn him a lot, and it was definitely going to get in the way. So I can paint those separately and glue them on after. I also can't fit it in my light box if those pieces are on it. So yes, you will not see those end pieces, but they're going to go on after. So just so you know. Next, we're going to take some royal purple and add that into our burnt red. So now we've got a much darker purpley, and this just goes down near his hands and the bottom of his wings. Then we're going to take some amaranth red, and we're going to do a zenithal up on his head and the top of his neck. So I want to add some different colors into his neck and head area. And then this goes on the wings. So as we get closer to the, I guess it would be tip of the wings, maybe? We're going to add that, and yeah. And you got to do inside and out. Don't forget to do inside and out. And we're going to take some Nova Orange next. And this is going to go, again, a zenithal up on the head and a bit on the neck. And then the ends of the wings again. And there's your transition for his wing colors. Like, that's blended really well. The airbrush did all the work for us, which is great, because this, with a brush, I just don't think I could have done it. So we want to make sure that these areas are all hit with, with our airbrush. And, we get that transition looking real nice. Next, we're taking some yellow ochre here, and this is going all over his underside. So, if you spray over, which absolutely can happen, just get your burnt red that you had and go back and fix some spots up, or your amaranth red, or your Nova orange, or whatever you need to. But, we don't want to overspray too much. Maybe this should have been done first, but, I spilled a bunch on that piece of wood that I'm using as a pallet guard. But then, there's some more burnt red just kind of filling in some of the gaps. We're going to take some Payne's Gray and some Dark Plum, and this is going to be for all of his spiny armor, I don't know what you call them, scales. Oh my god, scales. Wow. So this all goes along the back of his neck. I also put it into his eyes, his mouth, and the tip of his nose, along his tail, and any spot that I have an issue with my airbrush, because sometimes that happens where I get water in the lines and it shoots out some moisture. I just have a paper towel there to clean it up real quick, make sure that it's going where I want it to. And we're putting this all over any of the scales, so all along the wings, back, tail, basically just looking at a lot of artwork. And then I'm going to use this black to add in some of those veiny sort of lines that are on the box art. Definitely some veiny lines. And then when I'm done everything, I'll take my colors back and clean up anything else that I need to, because that does happen. Okay, so the airbrushing's done, and I'm going to tell you, that's 98% of the miniature done. We don't have a lot of work left to do on the miniature. We do have to paint the base, but that is the airbrushing done on the miniature. So, and it makes it look really good. Like, better than I can actually paint. So, and we're going to take some dark magenta here, and this is just going to go into the recesses of his eyes, and also the webbing between his top and bottom jaws. So, get it into the eyes first, then that webbing on the side. Yeah. We're taking some vampiric flesh, and we're just going to use this to pick out his teeth. So just go through and, pick out those teeth carefully. Do not get it somewhere where you don't want it, because he's airbrushed really well, and you don't want to mess that up. So I'm being extra careful with everything I do on this miniature. Plus, he's incredibly hard to hold, so you got to pay attention. Next, I'm taking some Wicked Pink, and I am going in and doing a layer up on the raised areas of where we put that magenta. So, just a quick little layer up. Then I'm going to add some Pixie Pink into my Wicked Pink, just for another layer up, and do one last little layer up on all of those raised areas. Just got to give a little bit of life to the area around the eyes and the mouth. And we'll take some Moonbeam Yellow and dot in his eyes. And just be careful again. And we're going to take some Greedy Gold, and I have my airbrush, so I'm going to just spray it pretty much over the entire base, avoiding the columns there as much as I can, because I just don't want to paint over them with metallic, paint. So we'll take some warm brown here. I'm going to use this to paint all of the chests, any of the wood parts on any of the chests here. And there's a bunch of chests on here, so. Then I'm going to take some Wyvern Fury. There are 2 shields on his base. I want to paint the main little area and also the handle of this axe. So there's gold in the middle, so just the areas on the sides of the shields, or front side, I guess. And then some polished silver. We got to break up some of this gold and put the silver on different little parts. I'm not going to do the Arkenstone. I want to do something on another day with that because I'd like to wire in an LED. And we're going to take the darkness next. The darkness goes on all these spots of the floor that aren't gold. And it's okay because there are little gold pieces. If you don't want to go around them, just go over them because we can just go back later and fix that. It's also going to go on these broken pillars as well. So that's the darkness. It's a really nice color. And then I could just go back with my gold and punch it in over all of those coins. Next, I'm taking some dark ivory. Now this is going to work from further away because this is not the main focus of the piece, right? The base is not as important as the dragon. So we're going to do some lines, scratchy lines all over it with this dark ivory and kind of make it look marbled, or that's the hope. Then I'm going to take some black and I'm going to outline some of those lines that we just did, and in some spots I'm going to obscure it, make them thinner, make them thicker, just adding dark edges around all of our what will be like sort of marble veins if I do things correctly. Again, it's going to look better from further away with a dragon on it. I'm going to take some silver gray. I'm going to water this down real good. I'm going to use it on the edges of the lines that I've painted. Then I'm going to wipe it. And that's going to give us a marbly sort of look to it. You got to be messing around a little bit with which ways you wipe and stuff like that and how you want to make that look, but we're making it look sort of marbly. And then I'm going to take a brown wash that I made, and it's going to go all over the base that isn't that marble. So basically all over the treasure chests, gold, everywhere. Because again, this is not the focus. We just want this kind of painted. It'll look good, but the focus is what's sitting on top of it. Next, we're grabbing some Grim Dark Shadow, and we are going to do a wash, and it's going to go all over those marble areas. Next, we're going to get some red gray. We're taking a dry brush, and very lightly, we are going to dry brush against his scales. So we're not going with the grain, we're going against it because we want to really hit as many of the edges as we can. And that's going anywhere where we put that dark color. So just take your time and go through. We'll hop back to our darkness. We will dot in Smaug's pupil, and he is done. So what do you guys think? I'm very happy with how he turned out. I'm actually really excited about how he turned out because I just think it looks good. I'm proud of how he looks and how he came out. I'm actually just proud of the job that I did. And as always, we want to thank our Patreon supporters, Charming Grenade, Richie Fender, LK, Stuart Drake, and thank you, special thanks to Blaster Boy Mike for sending this to be painted. It was a blast. And with that, Middle Earth Month is at an end. I want to thank all of you who came with me on the journey and watched the videos and commented, and thank you guys so much. Again, special thanks to Mike for making this month possible for us. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to head over to Blastercaded Playing. That is the channel where we play games. Please check that out. And I hope that all of you have a great rest of your day.